with people all over the place. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Hi, Stuart. This is Guy. Could you talk about the breathing technique and how to visualize it in our meditation?
Yeah. Look, it's not a matter of visualizing it. It's a matter of just doing it. I mean, breath, please try and sit still. I'm ready to just say, fuck it. Please sit still. Look, it's not a matter of visualizing it. It's really a matter of doing it and understanding the power of breath, the power of mind, the tools that we are born with that are essential elements of a meditation practice. The mind is the most powerful instrument we have. And as I've said a lot, it also is driving everybody crazy because the mind functions in a thinking capacity, which, really just identifies with polarity, with positive, duality, negative, a world which lacks harmony, and it's rationally trying to figure out everything that goes on in this life. So we as people need to learn how to use the mind as a way of building a chakra system instead of as a way of just simply consuming our lives, consuming our energies. I mean, I said it before, look, you can dig ditches 12 hours a day, and you're not going to be tireder than if you sat there thinking 12 hours a day. Because the mind, as a thinking process, consumes everybody, consumes their energy, totally exhausts them. So the mind and the breath are the tools of meditation. And breath is life. Every time you inhale, you take in life. Every time you exhale, you let go of a part of yourself. Breath is the I am that. I am one with everything. The living spirit, you understand, that connects us with everything that exists in the universe. So mind and breath are essential. Mind will get, if you keep the mind focused in the chakra below the navel, first of all, the mind gets quiet. That in itself is a miracle, to spend time with a quiet mind. Secondly, the mind is like a surgical instrument that will open the very core of your being if you focus it there. Not thinking about it, but focusing the energy of mind in the chakra below the navel. And then the breathing process. Every time you inhale, you bring in life. And you take that energy and it goes into the heart chakra. It expands the heart chakra. It goes into the chakra below the navel. It expands that chakra. I mean, the chakras need life, the power of life to expand them. Breathing is a way that we connect. Try not to breathe for 2 minutes. It's very difficult, but it'll happen. So it's the I am. Every time you inhale, I am, bringing all of life, all of existence into the heart chakra and using the power of life, the power of breath to open, and not to open. You'll open the heart chakra by feeling gratitude. Breath is not going to open the heart chakra. What will open the heart chakra is gratitude. Then by doing that double breathing. You breathe into the heart, holding it for 10 seconds. The power of breath will expand and strengthen the heart center. And it's the same thing in the chakra below the navel. You know, the breath will not open the chakra, but if your mind is focused there, the power of the mind, the energy of the mind will open that chakra, as I said, like a surgical instrument. And then when you breathe into that chakra, the breath will expand and strengthen the chakra. So these two tools work together. And they're essential if one wants to practice Kundalini yoga and one truly wants to use this meditation process to develop a spiritual life. We need tools. You know, you can't build a house without tools. You can't plumb a building without tools. You need tools. You understand? You can't sing without tools. You know, you have to develop the tools that make it possible to sing. Mind and breath are the tools of the meditation that we practice. And I think I've tried to clearly explain why. Without using the tools, you know, most of the breath we take goes right into the top of right into our heads. I mean, how many people just breathe down below the navel chakra or breathe into, the only time they breathe there is when they feel tense. So then they take some deep breaths trying to relax themselves. And most of the breath we take during the day is simply breathing into, you know, the brain, into the mind, you know, and igniting the mind and making the thinking process even that much stronger. You know, making duality that much stronger, polarity that much stronger, instead of relaxing the mind and allowing us to be nurtured by the real knowledge, the real wisdom, which comes from a higher source of energy. But that can't come into us if the mind is like a bird cage with a million parakeets chirping. So mind and breath are the key to mastering this meditation. And then there are two other elements I talk about. One of them, you have to have a need to have a spiritual life. If you don't have that need, forget about it, you know? I don't care how deeply you breathe and how it's not going to work. Something inside has to be willing to say, I really want a spiritual life. You know, not just words and lip service, but a need that comes from a deep place inside, a hunger to be with God, to open to have a spiritual life. And then there's the will to do it. The will, by the internalization of will, we can overcome all the obstacles inside ourselves to having a spiritual life. So all of these things work together, but we have to learn how to conduct the orchestra. We have to learn how to use the tools so that this internal symphony really doesn't sound like a scratchy record. You know, it really opens us to life, to God, to spirit, to joy, to love, to does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I hope this is clear because this is the first thing that Rudy ever taught me, what I talked about tonight. Meditation, the double breathing exercise. And then he went on to a billion other things. But he always came back to learn the basics, master the basics, build a foundation, strengthen the chakra system. Because without that, Forget about it. You're adrift in absurdity, you know? Does anyone else have a question I would like to ask? It's good to be back. It's good to be with all you. As I say, it's like kind of Christmas, you know, or Easter or Passover. You know, take a hiatus and come back to your spiritual family. You know, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be here to do this with you all. Certainly fills my heart with gratitude. Does anyone else have a question? I'll just make short. And as you probably all know, I had to cancel the retreat in Europe after figuring out the expenses for myself. It got completely ridiculous for me to go there and teach and do this. You know, I mean, I can't afford it. You know, I don't have a successful art business anymore to pay for things like that. But there will be a retreat. There's one in June here in Stamford, Connecticut. Not exotic as a chateau in France, but it really works. It works. And then there'll be another one for my birthday in August. The one in June is full up. There are 4 people on a waiting list. If anyone else wants to attend, you can be put on the waiting list. And if I get at least 10 people, 12 people that want to attend beside that are on the waiting list, I'll set up another date and we'll do it. You know, we'll have another one, you know. But I have to have at least 10, 12 people, 10 people. So right now there are 4 people on the waiting list. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, I've been ending this for months saying thank you. God bless you all for being in my life, for being in these classes, for making it possible for me to truly grow in a profound and real way. I mean, these classes cut away the fat, you get right down to the heart of the roast beef, it doesn't, you're taking you're getting down to the heart of the artichoke, you're a vegetarian. So God bless you all. Thank you. And there'll be a class on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Night, Stuart. Thank you.